They made a statue of us.
Hello everybody, today I'm going to be bringing you a whole bunch of games with our new Rakdos deck against a field of popular and powerful archetypes. I will not be crushing my opponents in all of these games, and Taminoa doesn't make an appearance. This first matchup features me losing to tron, Wildfire, and sideboarding as such. -4 Cruel Edict and +4 Cyberclasm. -3 Seal of Fire for 3 Jaya Ballard. -4 Shock for 4 Avalanche Riders. -1 Demon Fire for a Shattering Spree. I then get an opening hand of 2 mountains, a swamp, Sulphurous Springs, Char, Cyberclasm, and Avalanche Riders on the play. I play a mountain and pass. My opponent plays an island. I draw another Avalanche Riders, play a swamp, and pass. My opponent plays an Urza's Tower and passes. I draw a Blood Crypt, play Sulphurous Springs, and attempt to Cyberclasm his island, which he mana leaks. He then plays another Urza's Tower and taps those 2 for a Simic Signet. I draw a Giant Solifuge, play a Mountain and Avalanche Riders, which resolve. My opponent plays an Urza's Power Plant and passes. I draw another Avalanche Riders, play it, and destroy his Power Plant. My opponent plays a Steam Vents untapped and passes. I pay the Echo and simply swing in, drawing a Cyberclasm. I play Blood Crypt and pass. My opponent then taps out to Careful Consideration at the end of my turn. They discard Repeal, Demon Fire, and Shivan Reef, as well as Careful Consideration. My opponent then plays a Shivan Reef and Tidings and passes after discarding Urza's Mine. I draw Blood Crypt, play Avalanche Riders targeting his Steam Vents, and swing for 4, taking him to 8. My opponent plays an Urza's Power Plant and a Zet Signet. This means that in 1 turn, he's going to have wildfire mana. Oh boy. I draw a Giant Solifuge after paying the upkeep on my Avalanche Riders. He goes to 4. He then taps out for the wildfire, going to 3 from his Shivan Reef, and this means I'm a Cyberclasm away from winning. He loses everything but his Steam Vents, and I have a Blood Crypt. I draw a Giant Solifuge, play a Crypt, and pass. He plays Urza's Mine and passes. I rip Dark Confidant, which is spell snared. He plays another Urza's Mine and passes. I draw a Blood Crypt and attempt to Cyberclasm, which is remanded. My opponent then plays Careful Consideration during their main phase. He discards Breeding Pool and Savage Twister. He plays an Urza's Tower and passes. I again try the Cyberclasm, which is mana leaked. I probably should have waited and attempted Char at the end of his turn. He plays a Tidings along with an untapped Steam Vent left over, and plays a Mountain and passes. I attempt to Char him only to see Flash Freeze. He plays a Shivan Reef, a Zet Signet, and another Wildfire. This is where I lose the match. It doesn't take long before Simic Sky Swallow rears its ugly head, and my opponent's hand is full of counters. In this second match, I face what I like to call Call of the Herd decks, a sort of Sea Stompy of the new era. On the play, I get the opening hand of 2 Mountain, Cruel Edict, Seal of Fire, Volcanic Hammer, Shock, and Blood Crypt. I play Seal of Fire and pass. He plays Breeding Pool and passes. I draw Volcanic Hammer, play Blood Crypt, and pass. He plays Karplusan Forest and Curdape, now invulnerable to my Seal of Fire. I draw Mountain, play 1, and Volcanic Hammer the Ape. My opponent plays a Llanowar Elf and Birds of Paradise. I kill his elf with a shock, and after drawing my 3rd Volcanic Hammer, I seal the bird. He then plays Breeding Pool, loses 3 life total from his lands to Stone Rain my Blood Crypt. I rip Rakdos Guildmage and play it. He taps out for Orin Viper. I draw Sulphurous Springs and Volcanic Hammer the Snake. He then plays another Viper. I untap, draw another Springs, and Volcanic Hammer the Viper. I swing, taking him to 11. My opponent taps out for Call of the Herd. I draw another Rakdos Guildmage and Volcanic Hammer the token, take him to 9, and drop the Rakdos Guildmage. My opponent then flashbacks Call of the Herd. I draw Char and swing. He blocks a Guildmage, and I pay 4 and discard a Sulphurous Springs to make it a 1/1 before damage. My opponent plays another Call of the Herd. I rip and play Demon Fire, killing the token, and the Guildmages take him to 3. At this point, he concedes. I then sideboard the following: -3 Seal of Fire for +3 Cyberclasm. On the draw, I get the following opener: Demon Fire, Desert, Volcanic Hammer, Cruel Edict, Shock, Giant Solifuge, and Blood Crypt. My opponent has the first turn Stomping Ground Card 8 play. I rip and play Sulphurous Springs. My opponent plays a Breeding Pool untapped, swings, and passes. Play a Mountain and attempt a Cruel Edict, which he spell snares. My opponent then plays an Oran Viper. Ooh boy. I draw Cyberclasm, play Blood Crypt tapped, and Volcanic Hammer the Oran Viper. On his turn I go to 13 and he plays Call of the Herd. I untap, draw a Mountain, and play a Desert, Cyberclasm a Breeding Pool, taking him to 13. My opponent untaps, swings, and I'm at 8. He then plays Pendlehaven and passes. I draw Dark Confidant and Demon Fire away the Elephant. My opponent plays a Steam Vents untapped and lays a Giant Solifuge. Oh crap. I go to 2, draw another Dark Confidant, and concede. Seeing my mistake in sideboarding in Cyberclasms, I sideboard them back out in lieu of 2 Sulphurous Blasts and a Demon Fire. I then take out 3 Giant Solifuge for 3 Jaya Ballard. I get an opening hand of 3 Shocks, 2 Mountains, a Sulphurous Springs, and a Dark Confidant. Second turn Bobs are never a bad thing. I shock his Llanowar Elf and play the second turn Dark Confidant. He plays a Shivan Reef and passes. I reveal Cruel Edict and draw a Blood Crypt. I play a Mountain and pass. My opponent plays a Steam Vents and Stone Rains my Sulphurous Springs. I reveal a Giant Solifuge, ouch, and draw Demon Fire. I play an untapped Blood Crypt and drop Sedge Sliver. My opponent plays Call of the Herd and passes. I reveal Desert and draw Rakdos Guildmage. I play Desert and Cruel Edict, then swing him down to 7. He plays a Stomping Ground and a Trigon Predator. I reveal Cruel Edict off the top. I attempt to play it and he mana leaks it. Then I play 2 Shocks, so no matter how he blocks, the game is over. In our last match, I play against a modified build of the Dragonstorm deck posted earlier this week. Before this match, we asked each other if 4 Shadow of Doubt on the sideboard would really be enough. So it was time to see if that theory was correct. I took out the Jaya Ballards and a solo Shattering Spree for 4 Shadow of Doubt and began the match. I get an opening hand of Mountain, Blood Crypt, Shock, 2 Volcanic Hammer, and Char. Not bad. My opponent is forced to mulligan to 5. On the play, he drops a Lotus Bloom and Steam Vents and passes. I play Mountain and pass. He plays Shivan Reef and passes. I draw Cruel Edict and play Blood Crypt and Dark Confidant. He plays Truth or Tale into 2 Urza's Tower, 2 Urza's Power Plant, and Shivan Reef. Wow! I choose the Tower and Power Pile, and he takes the Tower. He plays the Tower and passes. I reveal a Sulphurous Springs and draw Char. I take him to 18, Volcanic Hammer him to 15, and pass. He Truth or Tales again into Telling Time, Truth or Tale, Dragonstorm, Grozoth, and Lotus Bloom. He makes the Dragonstorm versus everything else pile, and I give him everything else. He picks up Grozoth, transmutes it, and passes. I shock him to 12. I reveal Sedge Sliver and draw a Blood Crypt. I play Mountain, swing him to 10, and pass. Should have played that Blood Crypt. He plays Urza's Power Plant, Seething Song, and Dragonstorms for 2. He fetches 2 Bargarden Hellkites, taking me to 5. However, I still have double Char in my hand, so I Char him to 6 at the end of his turn, draw Seal of Fire, play another Char, and Seal of Fire to finish him off. Had I not drawn Seal of Fire, my mistake of not playing Blood Crypt the turn earlier would have meant I would have been forced to draw with Char or lose by simply playing Char too quickly and not realizing my mistake. I take out the Sedge Slivers for Avalanche Riders and the 4 Cruel Edict for 4 Shadow of Doubt. I then take out 4 Giant Solifuge for 4 Cyroclasm and think better of it as I remove 3 Demon Fire and put in 3 Solifuges. I get an opening hand of Shock, Volcanic Hammer, Giant Solifuge, 2 Mountains, Cyroclasm, and Char. He plays an Urza's Tower and passes. I draw Dark Confidant, play a Mountain, and pass. He plays an Urza's Mine and passes. I draw another Char, play a Mountain, and pass. He plays an Urza's Tower and passes. I shock him to get a card out of my hand. I then rip Sulphurous Springs and play Volcanic Hammer. Instead of Dark Confidant, I'd rather just try to kill him before he can go off. He plays a Steam Vents untapped, taking him to 13 and Telling Time. I draw another Sulphurous Springs, play Cyroclasm on his Steam Vents, play Sulphurous Springs, and pass. He plays a Shivan Reef, goes to 9 and plays Truth or Tale. He reveals Lotus Bloom, Ride of Flame, Steam Vents, Telling Time, and another Truth or Tale. He makes the following piles and takes Ride of Flame. He passes. I draw Seal of Fire, play Giant Solifuge, and bring him to 5, this means if I untap, I win. He plays Gemstone Mine and uses it for Sleight of Hand. He then plays another Sleight of Hand, and then he concedes. He reveals his first 2 draws of 2 Bogarden Hellkite in a row. Yucky. Thanks for watching. Join me tomorrow when I go over some of my favorite things.